Good morning, good afternoon, and a good evening to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Resident Evil Remake. You are here with Morris. Hope you're all having a beautiful time of it out there. At the end of the last part, we just returned back to this cabin in the woods after having quite the encounter with dear old Lisa down in the caves. Again, that's see what I mean about, you know, everything from the point where you return to the mansion and the hunters start coming after you, right up to the lab, which is sort of where we're going to next. Is fantastic, and it all centers around Lisa and the kind of Trevor family, you know? I think it's stellar. And we're, you know, we're not done with it either. There is still a little more to do. But we're going to get back to the mansion. Please don't get hit. There we go. Be an awful shame to get hit now. Actually, was it worth... Oh, you know what? It's too late. I kind of want to just push on, but I'm thinking maybe I should have picked up a couple more items there. We'll actually have to head to a save room when we get back. Ah, well. Ah, dear me. Okay. Too slow. And that was your last chance, because we're never coming back here again. Alright, hopefully the game hasn't thrown in any surprise enemies up here. Doesn't look that way. Alright, let's get back inside. Barry, if you've left me any extra items, which you probably haven't, but if you have, that'd be swell. Don't know why you would, seeing as we've seen you betray me already, so yeah, there you go. Ah, this note, these were happier times when we got along, you see. I like how the name on the wall clearly is longer than Barry. Like, it's clearly it's got his surname in there somewhere. It doesn't even look like it says Barry. That's weird. Anyway. Let's, where will this take us? I think we actually need this, finally we need to actually collect this. But we actually need its counterpart. But there is a save room right next to us, so that's good. No surprise, hunters. Ah, everything's clear. I love it when it's clear. So yeah, we'll grab what we need, and we shall head and put these metal objects where they ought to be. You're going to need a lot of key items on us now, actually. We'll take that. And we'll take that. All of the emblems, every emblem in the world we need right now. Dog whistle, we don't need that. There we go, right. So we got 2 stone and metal objects, we got... Yeah, we don't really need any guns, I'll be honest. This might sound surprising. But it is the truth. So yeah, I wanted to talk more about how this game all links together. If you remember when we were playing The Evil Within, how Sebastian, you know, there are a lot of varied areas in there, right? And as self-contained pieces, they're really, you know, they're pretty good. You know, the whole area with the safe guy and all the traps and, you know, stuff like that on its own I think works really well, but the transition from area to area made no sense whatsoever, ever. A lot of the time Sebastian just trips and all of a sudden he's in, you know, a brand new area. But this one, this is way more subtle than that. You know, when you're, you know, you've got the whole mansion, right, and it's all about figuring out where you are in relation to all the other rooms and save rooms and things, and that's all good, but then, you know, you leave the mansion, you got the courtyard, you got the residence. When you're coming back to these places, you're never going, oh wow, I'm back here, you know. I mean, there is that initial point of, oh look, I'm back, but it doesn't feel like unrealistic. It's, you know, you don't feel like you went so far away that it would be impossible, inconceivable even, that you would end up back at the mansion after going through those underground caves. I just think it's done really well. The layout and everything. Whilst I'm sure it's not completely accurate, or to scale, let's say. I feel like it's realistic that after having gone underground, all of a sudden you come back up and you're in that cabin. But this, remember in episode 1 when we were in here and we were exploring, trying to find Wesker because he disappeared, and we had to go behind here, and there was this door behind here. I love the fact that everything we've done in this game is to open this door. There are octagonal indentations to the right and left of the door. And this is what these objects are for. And I love that, this is one of the, talked about it briefly with my god, I should have healed. Talked about it briefly with, when we found that wooden emblem in the dining room, and we had to replace it with a gold one. And I said how I like the fact that, that's the first room that you ever go into in the game, right? And it gives you an object that you don't use for, like, another few hours, and then there's that moment of, oh, that's what that's for. I think this is almost an extension of that, because this is one of the very, although it's not the first, it's one of the very first kind of locked doors that you come to. And you hear, like, the groan, which we now know is Lisa, coming from inside, and you're like, my god, what could be down there? And then you spend hours and hours, turning this place upside down, looking for items and health and ammo and everything, and doing the whole game, basically. And then all of a sudden you're back here, and I love that it just brings you back to where you started, The two emblems fit neatly into the door. Open it. Absolutely. Alright, what do we got? Oh, it's an old time riot. And an item box. Well, I have just saved. Is it worth doing it again? We do have 11 ink ribbons. I suppose I might as well save just in case. Just in case things go wrong. They have been doing a lot, so I don't think it's out of the question to save again. But yeah, I love how it all comes together. In fact, if anything, I think it's highlighted by the evil within. Now you just kind of teleport, basically, through areas, and it's like, how did I even get here? This makes no sense. So I guess you've got to, take with the context of, oh, it's a big dream world, so whatever, right? But I don't know, I find this to be, this is just so much better. Just straight up. And this is a nice little transition as well. Just, very kind of, it's structured, it's part of the building, and all of a sudden it's just, then you're in the caves. It's like they tried to make it all like one big nice corridor, and then they built those stairs, and they were like, fuck yeah, I can't be bothered doing this. It's like in Terraria or something where you try and make like a network of tunnels underground, and then you get so far underground that you're like, you know what, forget it, I'm just gonna just leave it as dirt and rock and other things. So is there anything in here? There is something in here. I can't actually see it. Unless, of course, it means it's down below, which is entirely possible. If I have missed something, I apologize, I'm just gonna go down. Barry, damn you.
Jill, you're alive. I was worried, because I thought you were...
You weren't worried. Oh! Didn't know I could do that, did you?
Calm down.
I'm the best Stars has to offer.
Explain.
Don't lie to me.
Uh-oh. She is not in a good mood. And I don't blame her.
No time to talk. Jill, hand me my gun.
Give the gun back to Barry? Yes, we will.
Thanks, Jill.
Because we're going to need your assistance for this. So yeah, this is the fight in inverted commas with Lisa. Holy mother of God. And it's a hell of a lot easier if you give Barry's Magnum back to him. And I'm going to do the fight before I actually start talking about it, because I just kind of, I don't want to waste time. Lord have mercy. Oh god, no. That's right, Barry, just keep it busy. Just keep it busy. One more second. So this is what Lisa was talking about when she was like, there's rocks in the way and there's a heavy, like, stone thing. Because that's the mum's grave. Coffin thing. Jeez. And then she just leaps off, and that's the last you ever see of her. And when I mentioned closure, that's what I was talking about, because I think that's all the closure you need. The fact that you don't actually defeat Lisa. Lisa just... she's reunited with her mother, and then that's it. Barry, we need to have words.
I don't believe that thing's really dead. Leave this place up to me and go on ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so now apparently we just trust Barry again. Okay, cool, fine. So yeah, you have the option to give Barry his Magnum or keep it for yourself. Now, if you do keep it, I'm not sure. I haven't actually gone through it and kept Barry's Magnum myself, but I do know that I believe you get 6 shots, and each shot will one-hit kill like any enemy, including the Tyrant, the final boss at the end, which is pretty crazy. And if anything, just emphasizes Lisa's strength more than ever, because she can't be killed by even Barry's Magnum. It's also a weird little... It's a weird thing it's a weird feature to have, considering we saw Barry attempt to kill that zombie right at the beginning, and it clearly took 3 shots. So I don't know why. That must just be a cool little thing they put in. Inside the coffin is a skeleton. Wait, there's something else. Family picture again. It's a letter. To my Lisa, day by day I can feel my consciousness drifting further away. The shots given to me by men in white clothes made some of Mummy's itching go away. Today they gave me another shot saying it was nutrition. When they gave me the shots, Mummies can think straight, but Mummy's shocked and sad because Mummy's unable to think of you all the time. Mummy's afraid of forgetting everything, especially the memories of you and Daddy. What your faces look like, how we used to be together. They're all starting to disappear into somewhere dark in my mind. Oh, Lisa, I wish I could touch your face and hold you in my arms right now so that I can hold on to our wonderful memories of you and Daddy. Lisa, we can't stay here any longer. We have to escape. Why was she buried with this? Listen to me, Lisa. Our chance to escape is the next time when we go to the lab together. We'll both pretend that we are both unconscious. And when that man in white clothes is off guard, that will be our chance. When we're on the outside, let's look for Daddy together. Okay, sweetie? Be strong, Lisa. November 13th, 1967. Jessica Trevor. So again, just hammering home how this family was basically tortured and left to rot beneath this mansion. And you know, who knows, Lisa... I don't know what happens to Lisa as far as Resident Evil canon goes. I guess she just stays in these caves forevermore, because we certainly don't come back, and I don't think she's in any other game. But a great enemy, probably the standout piece of the remake in general, I think. But yeah, if you, I think if you, depending on whether or not you give Barry's Magnum back or not, affects the ending that you get at the end of the game. And if you want the best ending, you gotta give Barry's Magnum back. Otherwise, he has no way of fighting anything. Which is bad. But yeah, Barry's Magnum, I think it can't be reloaded. I think that's the only downside. So you get the 6 shots, but that's it. So there is a trade-off there. But it's not like you need it. We do have a Magnum of our own. Oh, I had a 50-50 chance then of getting that right. And this will be where the emblems go. As you can see, we're in that area just to the bottom left where, you know, that was clear for absolutely ages, and it's the final area you actually go to. As far as the mansion and courtyard and surrounding area is concerned. But yeah, again, Lisa can't be killed during that fight. But I find it far better if Barry is there to at least distract her. Use the elevator? Absolutely. Going even further underground. Didn't even think we could get further underground, but here we are. And we're into the final section of the game, which I don't think is as strong. But I guess this is just... this is like your Resident Evil survival horror staple of having a big lab and a big boss at the end. There's not too much you can do with it. A huge elevator shaft. There's also what appears to be some kind of water storage tank. The sign reads, will not open unless in first class emergency. You got a second class emergency, you turn right around, I don't want to hear about it. And there's nothing in here, so let's go even further down. Ink ribbons. I shall take those. Is there anything else? No. Alright, I guess I might as well save it. Seeing as that went well, we got hit once, but I guess we can deal for now. It's actually one thing I feel I should mention. You know, it seems like we're taking loads of damage, and I guess we are getting hit a bit on the cheap. I should be a lot more careful than I am, but it's worth noting that Jill actually can take less damage than if you were Chris. I think Jill is faster. I mean, there are differences in the actual story. Like what you have to do, there are differences between Jill and Chris, but in terms of just pure their character, Jill can take you know, less damage. She can only be hit like just a few times. I mean, especially on the harder difficulties, you can't really be getting hit that much at all. Nowhere near what I have been doing. She also has 2 extra inventory spaces. It looks like 8 should be the normal, but Chris actually only has 6. And I believe she moves a little quicker. I think those are the only differences. But, you know, if you're going to have differences in... I mean, they're not really gender-related differences, I don't think. I guess you could say, oh, well, Chris is a guy, so he can be hit more, but... I don't know. I just think they're nice little differences. Just giving you that little bit of difference between the 2 campaigns. I'm just kind of looking to see if we need to actually... I kind of want to put all the herbs together because I keep traipsing through and I keep getting confused as to where we stand on herbs, really. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them all at the top. Green herb, blue herb, yeah, we got a few, I guess. Just very wary, I don't want to... I'm using quite a lot the last few parts. I don't want to... I don't want them to run away with me, you know? And just lose track of actually where we are with them. I suppose we still have first aid sprays, so that's good. This is good, I like this. Alright. Sorry guys, I won't be in this menu for much longer. I think we'll just heal up again, because I did take a swipe. Yeah, that ought to do it. Alright, as far as key items go, I actually don't think we need anything. Because this is a totally new area, so... So yeah, new key items. Still have 18 shells, which is good. I'm happy with that. So yeah, here we... Oh, hey! Hello! More fuel. I like it. And I think I'm going to immediately use it on these guys, because if I ever need to come back to this save room, I'm going to need this corridor clear. Or am I? Am I? This corridor is quite wide. Maybe I can make it. That's pretty good. Hell yeah, I'll take it. Oh, and that guy's over there. Well, screw him then. Actually, one little advantage of this area, if a zombie's on the stairs down here, they can't actually grab you, I don't think. All they can do is spit up acid or whatever it is that they spit up. So it's worth making a note of that, which means they have to stop, and then you see the animation coming, so, you know, it's pretty easy to dodge. Cue me getting hit by it straight away. I'm just kind of opening stuff up so we get a bit of a feel for where we are. The lab isn't that complicated. There's still a little bit of back and forth to it, though. Oh, hello. Will you take the X-ray? Yes, I will. I like how we got those 2 herbs after immediately using 2 herbs. Oh, and another one. I didn't even see that. A memo on the message board catches your attention. There's something scrawled on the notepad. To use the electronic door, place the initials in alphabetical order. So I think we just need to use these X-rays on here. Researcher's letter. June 8th, 1998, my dearest Ada. By the time you read this letter, I will no longer be the person you once knew. The results of my test came out today, and as I suspected, it came out positive. I feel like I am teetering on the edge of reason just thinking about my impending doom. This guy's quite the writer, quite the linguist. I would give anything not to have become one of them. As far as I know, you are not infected. I sincerely hope things do not reach such a desperate pass. But if it has turned out that you are now the last person remaining alive, I want you to get the material from the visual data room. Then activate the self-destruct system in the power room. Always with the self-destruct. And escape from here. Please do everything in your power to make this whole accident public. If everything is still running normally, you should be able to release all the locks using the security system. I have set up the terminal in the small security room so that you can log into the system using my name and your name as the password. You will need... Luckily, I already know those. You will need another password to release the lock of the door in basement level 2 where the visual data room is located. As a safety measure, I have coded that password into an X-ray picture. One of them. I know you, and I'm sure you will be able to work it out without any trouble. There is just one more thing, and is my last request. I hope you will never have to lay eyes on me in this state, but if you do happen to run into me in my hideous form, I beg you to put me out of my misery. I hope you understand. Thank you, Ada. Yours truly, John. And of course we know all about Ada from various different walkthroughs now. Press it? Absolutely. Part of it's glowing red. So they're all in order, I think. Something scrolled on... Oh yeah, no. We got that. Oh god. So I believe there is a password to do with putting these X-rays in order. No, I don't need to exchange them. I think they're actually all in the right order. I mean, I'll show you here. It's you see the initials there, AB, and then the next one, CD, and then I'm sure you can guess what the next ones are, EF and GH at the end. And I believe the body parts that are glowing red link to this, and then that gives us some kind of password. So let's try it out, shall we? Okay, so what's that? Okay, so that's the colon, so that's C. Great start. I already know what the password is, but just to show you how it works. Stop asking me if I want to exchange them. If it's done, you should just leave it like that. So that's the esophagus. Is that spelt right? I didn't think it was spelt like that, but there you go. So that's CE. And then, what is that? That's, looks like the liver, yeah. And then finally, what looks to be the lungs. Presumably. Yep, so that's CELL, which is cell. So the password is cell. Now where do I actually put that in? I know there's a computer somewhere. I guess it's not in this room. I thought it might have been this one, but... Anyway, write that down, cell. And then, of course, John and Ada, which we'll come to later. He's throwing a lot of information at us quite quickly. First aid box, thank you. There's nothing unusual. Hey, open that shit up. What do we got? 2 green herbs. Nice. I'll take those all day. Levers for releasing the door lock. Now, if you can just release the locks on the levers. We'll come to that in due course. Can't get in there. I could do with a map, actually. I don't know if I've missed it or not. I hope not. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Goodness gracious. Alright, well, one of you is going to have to go down. At least. Oh, I love it when that happens. Ah, yes. I think I'm getting extraordinarily lucky with those. An operating table stands neglected. Aha. I will take the dagger. The shelves are lined with large and small containers. Tiny eggs cling to the sides of the containers. Good lord. What kind of ghastly experiments were happening here? Well, I guess we already know most of it, actually. So never mind about that. It's locked. A symbol resembling a power area. A power area? Yeah, it's carved into the lock. I see. It's locked. A symbol resembling a power area is carved into the lock. A lot of carving going on here. A lot of fine craftsmanship. Oh, that's an angle. You got the biohazard symbol on the door, or on the thing next to the door there. The biohazard mark. It indicates the presence of biologically hazardous materials. Yeah, you're telling me you should be plastered across the entire mansion. And yes, I will take the Magnum rounds. Part of a corpse lies on the operating table. Good lord. Only part of it. Where's the other part? A row of LCD monitors. They must have once been used to display something. Probably. That's what monitors usually do, is display things. V-Act. Researcher's note. There is now evidence that when the host loses consciousness, the body goes into a dormant state. During this time, the virus becomes active and rapidly transforms and reconstructs the basic composition of the body. The host eventually mutated into a humanoid creature. We call them V-Acts. Okay. Its speed and amazing muscular development are particularly noteworthy. After transformation, it becomes more agile and aggressive. Already 4 of our researchers have died from trying to feed it, turning the place into an instant bloodbath. Instantly turned into a bloodbath. Ever since this tragic and barbaric accident, we have decided to call its kind Crimson Heads. So this is the first mention of naming what happens to zombies when they come back and all of a sudden they're a lot stronger and faster. This is the first time they're actually named Crimson Heads. That dangerous and precious prototype specimen can't be left there. We have to figure out a way to deal with it. Termination is definitely not an option. We finally decided to freeze the specimen and confine the body inside the basement of the backyard cemetery. So that was kind of the pseudo boss fight that we had when we found those death masks. I'm not sure if it was a particular character or not, or whether it was just some guy. I assume it was the first Crimson Head, and they just decided to lock it up. An information management server. It appears to be broken. I will be using it then. The cadavers are frozen, wrapped in body bags. So whether these are just bodies, or whether these are potential Crimson Heads, I'm not totally clear on that. A variety of chemicals that you've never seen before. Yes, I'll take the battery back. Never seen before. Got it. There's a lot of stuff here I've never seen before. To be honest, there's a lot of stuff here I never want to see again. Alright, let's use this computer. Alright, so the login, as we know, is John and Ada. What kind of font is this, by the way? This should get us in nicely. Now that sound effect there, I just love, because I think it's a kind of slightly modified version of the one that they use in Dino Crisis 1, and I think in Dino Crisis 2 as well. I'm sure it is. I'm not sure if it's actually from another Resident Evil game. I don't remember it being in one because it's so close to the Dino Crisis one. But yeah, I love it. Alright, and the password here should be cell. This is not a very secure system, I gotta say. Yes. I get the same feeling as I did with Dino Crisis in unlocking stuff. Alright. So now we'll just unlock all the doors. On this floor and the floor above us. Beautiful. Alright. And there is something else in this room. That's strange. I don't know where that is. I really, really hope it's just not on the shelves and I just can't see it because I don't want to have to mash across the shelves. Oh, there it is. Oh, I just randomly picked it up. Okay, good. Alrighty, well, I'm going to have to pause it for now, guys. But thank you very much for watching this episode of Resident Evil Remake. And I do hope... One green herb. That's a bit stingy. And I do hope you all join me for the next part, guys, where we'll be delving even deeper into the lab. Who knows what lurks within. But yeah, I'll see you in a bit, guys. See you later.